What the hell? Okay, I don't know what happened, but what's popping, everybody? It is Monday, and we are waiting for y'all to get up in here. But it is Monday, and y'all know what that means. It is time for
Media Showdown.
woohoo, woohoo. And so we are here because that's why I didn't know. It never changed the thumbnail. Okay, this is going to confuse the hell out of y'all, but I promise y'all I'm going to make it right. Let me fix the thumbnail. Anyway, it's Monday and y'all know what the okay, I'm not supposed to be cursing, but whatever. It's Monday, and y'all know what that means. That means that we are going to do a baddies recap for y'all. And I know what everybody wants to talk about, but before we get into that, I do have to let everybody know that Zeus is on a copyright takedown type of spree, and it looks like it's aimed towards anybody posting the fight with Tesehki. And that's bogus to me. So, we are not going to be playing any of the clips from the show.
Fishy.
What?
I said that doesn't seem fishy at all.
It does. It does.
Like,
It does. Because you're letting everything else rock but that.
Somebody probably went back crying because
Exactly.
they was getting a little whooped on, and they ain't, so they crying.
Exactly. So that's what makes it suspect, because you'll sit up there and you'll let people post that DJ Sky got smacked. You'll let people post that Summer's getting drugged. You'll let people post Smiley and all that other stuff. But y'all ain't letting them post that without doing a copyright takedown, because there sure wasn't no rumors or rumblings of copyright takedowns coming from before any of these episodes.
absolutely not.
Things that make you go,
Things to make you go, Things to make you go,
So, we're going to be talking about all of that, and we're going to discuss some of the things that went down on Baddies, because there was a lot that went down on Baddies, and one of the biggest things that went down on Baddies was that I was vindicated. I told y'all I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to keep talking about that, and I'm going to drag it into the ground because, yeah, who was what, where? That's what I thought. Anyway, y'all know how we do. We got to get past that 10-minute mark, even though YouTube says it's safe. I don't trust it. So we are gonna go around as we usually do and let y'all know how our weekend was. And I'm going to start with Dre. Dre, how was your weekend? Dre.
T-Bird. T-Bird.
God
No,
decided to bond his tongue early.
he
Damn.
already abandoning post. All right. Well, Pop, go ahead and tell us how your weekend was.
No, my phone wouldn't come off of mute.
Uh-huh.
I'm hitting the mute thing. It had me frozen. I'm sorry.
Okay,
But
so go ahead.
I got chased around my house by some mice over the weekend. Yes, I'm scared of mice.
Oh, you're telling this story? Okay.
Yes, I got chased by the mice. Yes. And it's too early in the show to say the choice words that the women had for me, including Henny, that was in agreement with those
First
women.
of all, I didn't call you that. I just said that's how you was acting.
But see, you concurring with they judged my character with the P word. Y'all
They
know.
judged your actions.
Well, I was scared. That little mouse, he took off after me, and I ran, and he ran back where he came from, and we was both scared of each other. And that was fine with me because he's still somewhere behind that refrigerator, and as long as he stay behind there, I will lose weight. So I don't know if that was the Lord helping me start my diet, but I'm not going in there. I got the mice trapped down. They can come get them. But other than that, I am petrified. I
Okay,
can't leave
we're
my room.
5 minutes in. So I'm gonna take the chance. You
Mhm.
don't have to take it. I'm gonna take the chance. Dre was told that he was acting like a little bitch.
Yes, I was in the pussy, and that was not
Now,
nice.
see, you ain't tell me that part.
That came later from my sister.
I
That's what I
mean,
thought
if
you
you're
meant.
the only man in the house,
That's
I
what you sound like
mean,
my mama. You the man of the house. I said something. Y'all and the
exactly.
kids. The kids really got it. They was laughing, and then they gonna say, "You gonna leave us out here with the rat?" Yes, I am. It's called survival of the fetus, and y'all is fetuses. Well, y'all used to be fetuses.
It's
Survive.
fetus, not fetus.
Fetus,
Fetus, not
fetus,
fetus.
whatever. Survive.
Survival of the fetus is what you have to pray for when people is walking in the choices, not running from a
Well,
rat.
that rat
Okay,
was walking in his choices of coming into my house. He was breaking and entering.
he was Santa Claus.
The Santa Claus. He was the Grinch that stole Christmas. And then I had to clean up after him with all his rat turds. And it was, well, mice, well, she said micesis, and it's nice, but her micesis, I had to clean up after. I have OCD. But so I put some traps back there for him now with a dog treat and come and get it. Henny, would you like to tell them what you told me how to catch them?
Oh,
She
we
needs
just
peanut
gonna
butter.
put everybody on blast. Okay. So I told Dre I was living in the building. Y'all remember when y'all first met me? I was living in a high-rise building. And if you live in a building, anything in New York where it's multiple families, you're gonna have some visitors from time to time. And this one particular morning, I went to go get in my tub, and there was a mouse in my tub. So I reached underneath my sink and grabbed my bleach and poured it on the mouse. And it blinded him, and it made his hair fall off. But it killed him, and that was the goal. The end.
Ma, you gave it chemo. You gave it like wow.
Chemo's crazy.
That's what I said when she told me that story. I said, "What? The hair fell off? What happened with the hair?"
I wonder if bleach
Wow.
does that to humans too.
Oh my God. Don't know. We're not going there.
Think about.
No.
But that was
When,
my
look,
weekend.
look, I have a lot to say about them. You know what? Okay, Dre, finish. What else happened?
After that, I told y'all about the gumbo with when what she put in it. She already messed up the macaroni and cheese. I
You
don't know
ain't
what.
tell everybody. You ain't tell
Okay.
everybody. You
Well, so
got to
let me
tell
tell.
them because they don't know.
Well, my little sister already had we was beefing over the macaroni and cheese from Thanksgiving. So this heifer turned around for Christmas and decided to make gumbo. Or whatever she thought it was, but she called it gumbo.
Sorry.
Mhm. But after that, I tried it. You know, you got to take God into it, what you like Henny say, because I took the Lord with me. I prayed real hard, and it was a voice kept going off in my head like, "Don't eat that piece." And then when I ate the piece I was trying, it had greens in it. I said, "Who put green in gumbo? Who put greens in gumbo?" Now we
Your
funking
sister.
for life. Now we funking for life. Y'all gonna hear about this gumbo and the macaroni and cheese for the rest of 2026, and that's how I'm starting.
Dre.
Yes, as I that was me dropping the mic.
Okay. But Dre, we had this conversation. You have to take accountability for the fact that you even ate the gumbo and you knew what was coming.
Yes, I have to take accountability for my back fat. Yes, I do. But she pissed me off. You don't mess with a fat person's food. Do you not know that's the quickest way to end a friendship, family ship, any other situationship? It will end that day. A marriage will end because of some food. Sorry. sensitive about my gumbo. That was my favorite food, Henny. She messed up all my favorite dishes.
Okay, but you knew what you was getting into when you decided to go and partake of it. Did you tell everybody how much cheese was put in it?
That macaroni and cheese was cheddar sharp. She used every cheddar sharp cheese in the United States of America. I even think she got some from Italy. But it was so sharpy, it was tasting like lemon. And I was like, I'm not supposed to be eating this. But my fat ass just had to eat some more. So that's the responsibility that I'm taking. But she should know you don't experiment with Thanksgiving and Christmas food. Everybody knows that. You experiment with that at home. Don't take dishes to somebody's house you experimented with.
Is she cooking for New Year's Eve as well?
Hell no. She ain't never cooking again. The next time she'll cook again for the Million Man March, if that ever happened again. But I highly doubt it.
Okay, we haven't even got there, but Chevy Howard, don't be delusional. Okay, we haven't even got there yet. Let us get to our markers. Okay, Goddess, how was your weekend?
It was eventful. Just nothing like spending time in urgent care. My son has tonsillitis, but his antibiotics aren't working, so we had to go back and yeah. So yeah, other than that, nothing else really happened.
Poppington?
Well, I've been hanging out with my daughter and her boyfriend all weekend, and I've been really high and really drunk, and they've been making me eat weird stuff. So not only have I been really high and really drunk and having to pee all the time, my butt has been running like a faucet that's broken. So yeah, that was my weekend.
Broken butt.
Like
Okay, well,
Granny said, you make my ass want to spit. My ass was spitting for real.
She
Like
needs some
Busta Rhymes? Or was it a little more
Yep.
like Twister?
No, it was Busta. It was Busta with that "Look at Me Now" song. It was spitting like that. Yep, and that's exactly how my butt cheeks were sounding too.
Blue, blue. I know the feeling. Yeah.
well, I don't have very much to speak on about my weekend. I didn't really do much. I was cool in the gang all weekend long. Now, because people are ready to get up into all of the topics that we said we was going to talk about, let's talk about baddies. Now, Zeus is coming down on people, but I'm going to. How are we going to do this? Because we can't just. Let me see. We got this. All right. We got this. All right. No, and no. Okay. We got a little something. All right. So we're definitely going to go ahead and we're going to be using the page. Couple things to talk about here. First and foremost, let me just say this. Shout out to Natalie. Y'all know how I feel about Anna, but shout out to Anna. Okay. Because shout out to Tinkerbella, Rolly, Scotty, everybody that was calling out the funny style stuff that was going on online. Okay. Because people was really trying to make it like, oh, the blogs be messy. Now I am going to say that, the blogs do be messy, but at the same time, we can't, well, over here, we ain't. Let me say that. We're not messy unless the content is messy. All right. If the content is messy, there's nothing that we could do about it. Like, what do you want us to do? You want us to make the content not be messy? So, saying that we're messy, the blogs this, the blogs that, don't blame the blogs on what you're doing, what you did online, because the blogs wasn't there with you telling you to like this stuff now. At the end of the day, Um, there was other things that happened, and long story short, how do I want to word this? Everybody basically confronted DJ Sky about her online activities and how she has been online liking stuff, doing stuff that everyone has deemed to be suspect. And it turned into, like, for the first 35 minutes, it wasn't straight, but throughout the first 35 minutes, DJ Sky's online behavior was the topic of conversation. Okay. So if everyone is calling her out for it, how could anyone who posted that ever be called messy?
People need to take their personal feelings and relationships out of things. If you're going to be a journalist, be a journalist. That means that sometimes when your friend does something, you have to hold them accountable. That's all I have to say about that.
Right. Anybody else?
I concur with Pop. You gotta have your friends take accountability for their actions because ain't no room for a fake person around me. And if you continue that route, we just can't be friends no more. Based off your actions and how you did somebody else.
Yep. When people show you who they are, even if it's not to you and it's another person, you should believe them, because if they could do it to a person that they knew longer than you, they can definitely do the same to you.
That's correct. Um, Now there were some petty moments that did happen between Tavi and Tommy. They continued to go back and forth, but I feel like Tommy really was pulling the Tommy on everybody because she was more antagonistic than she was anything else. I thought it was funny because Tavi was like, "Oh well, she didn't get a chance to. Well, she didn't say, and she didn't. Well, Tommy was trying to tell you that she didn't mean no harm by what she said, but you weren't listening." And I found it very, very hypocritical how Tavi put her hands out and was telling Tommy that if she's in her hand space, like if she's in arm's reach, she's gonna swing. But then you proceed to jump up in Tommy's face. She's lucky Tommy didn't tase her in her face. And that's a fact because Tommy is going something out on you real quick. Real quick.
She
So you
always got
got away
something.
with that. You got away with that one. Yes, you did. But I felt like it was just petty to be going back and forth the way that they were over being called DMX. Like, girl,
Tavi has
you
trauma from since she was little, because she been people been calling her ugly because she is ugly, and they probably been calling her DMX
oh
looking ass face, and that's why
disclaimer,
she
please.
mad, because there's no reason for you to be that mad over something like that. Like, and Tommy was trying to say you give DMX energy, like your energy is just like rah rah, but she has trauma that she has not gotten over, that she needs therapy for. Because okay, either you're gonna accept the fact that you're ugly, or you're gonna go and work on you accepting the fact that you're ugly. Don't take it out on somebody else, because that's how misunderstandings happen. Just because you feel some kind of way, like me personally, every human has the right to say what they have to say. It's up to you whether you're gonna take it some kind of wrong way or not. And she took it a wrong way because of her trauma. That's not fair to Tommy either. So Tavi, you need therapy, girl, because nobody even said nothing about Trick Daddy. So that means that you are online and it's bringing up old trauma from when you was younger. Because obviously, if you look like this now, I damn sure don't know want to see what you look like when you was a kid. But I'm just saying, like, people, you just gotta live in your truth, girl. Like, and you can't be mad at other people, or just well, I'm gonna assume this is what you mean because I got trauma. No, that's not how none of this works. Like, so I don't feel bad for Tavi. After Tommy was trying to explain, she ain't want to hear it. Tommy started being Tommy. It is what it is.
My thing is that this is not the first time that she's dealt with Tommy. Why is she acting like this is not Tommy? This is what Tommy does. And I'm sorry if you just gonna be, having girls bent over and doing all that. That was a lot. Then I don't know. I don't know what she expected.
Did she get off the screen once? I said,
I sure did. I told you once you started that, I was getting off the screen because they not gonna come for me. Not for defamation suits, no
oh,
ma'am.
wait. Let me do a PSA too. If y'all see anybody named Poppington with a G anywhere, let me put on my phone. Y'all see Poppington with a G anywhere? Can y'all see me? Wait, let me go in the sun so y'all can see my face. That is not me. Okay. I don't know who's trying to sound like me, use my name, act like me in these streams. It's not me. My name does not have a G in it, and I do not approve this message. Okay. Well, the message of that's not me, I approve, but the other person, I do not approve. All right. So I want to get that out the way. That was not me in that live. I didn't even know what was going on. And whoever's playing that it's me, you better hope I don't find you because you talking like you me too. And I don't appreciate that.
Oh my god. Okay. Oh my god. Okay. All right. Well, now y'all heard it from Poppington herself. That was not her. But here is a clip from Tavi and Tommy's exchange last night. If it decides to play. Okay. Okay. Well, during that clip, Chrisean was blowing bubbles while Chrisean was blowing bubbles while Tavi and Tommy went at it, and that's how serious it was. It wasn't that serious. Nobody took it that seriously. I don't even know why she was just so raw like a dungeon dragon, but she was definitely in her feels. I wish I could play for y'all a clip of what happened when they confronted DJ Sky, but I'm not taking no chances today. DJ Sky was confronted by the girls, and Anna Max smacked DJ Sky so hard she turned her body. And the reason that Anna smacked DJ Sky is because Anna is alleging that Sky was talking about her during one of her TikTok lives. Sky is saying that it wasn't Anna that she was talking about. There was another person in the live that had the same name, Anna, and she was responding to them down in the comment section. Now, it's up to y'all whether or not y'all choose to believe that it was another girl, Anna. I say I don't know because her and Anna have had beef with each other. Well, not even beef. They just don't rock with each other ever since Baddies East. And I don't know. It could have been another girl, Anna. It could not have been. But when it comes down to this like situation, it kind of throws things into questionable areas of gray for me. I don't know. What do y'all say?
I call Cap. I think Sky's lying. She thought it was Anna. It was the response to, like, girl, you don't even like me. Why are you in my live? It was somebody else that you didn't know named Anna. How you know the girl don't like you? So it was a lot of like weird things that was in the conversation and the explanation that she gave. Um, and yeah, like I don't like Tinka, but what she said, I'm like, girl, all the stuff that you do be saying online, like you come online and pops junk, and then you think you're gonna go in that house and you ain't supposed to fight.
Well, see, that's
Like,
Natalie's point as well, because Natalie was saying, Sky, just be a DJ. Like, we know that you're not going to stand on what you say online. And yeah, all of them pop off, when the show finishes airing or after the reunion, when all the fights have been said and done and squabbled up, they get online and they start popping it. But that
hold on, time out, time
wait,
out,
no, no,
time
no, no,
out.
no, 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 no. Don't even, because it's not that person. It's not Benga. But I'm gonna put your comment up here on the screen. Z Benga, you have disciple in here pretending to be you, just so you know. So somebody can let him know that Disciple is in other people's
And
lives pretending to be him, and he was about to really catch a stray just now because of Disciple. But how you gonna say ex pimp Z Banger, but your name is Z Banger? You forgot what page you was on. Anyway,
you dummy. And
that's
now that
what.
I see your name, you
No.
probably was the one in the damn live trying to steal my identity. Hmm.
So as we were saying, you know, Natalie made a point. Like, just be the DJ. But do y'all remember that last week Chrisean called it out and said that she's trying to be a baddie? And Sky basically admitted to that last night. Like, why can't I be a baddie? Well, because if any of those girls get to popping it online, they know it's up when they get to the show. They know it's up when they get to the reunion. They know it's up and it's stuck. So at the end of the day, they stand on what they say, win, lose, or draw. Even Summer had 2 episodes of having Tesehki on her ass for what she said online, and Summer stood on business. You don't stand on your business. That's the problem. So no, you're not the baddie. I said this on IG Live. I feel like, Sky, you're a celebrity DJ. You have accolades behind you. You are not just national, you are international. To me, in my opinion, because I don't hate Sky, baddies is beneath you. Like, it's beneath you. So why even care so much when they shit on you every season? They play in your face every season. Every chance that they get, they play on your top, and they don't give you your respect. You're out here wilding for your respect from people that don't want to give it to you. Move on. Let them find some other DJ. You go out here and keep getting into your bag and keep building your brands up. Don't worry about somebody trying to include you in or accept you in. If they're going to keep stepping on you and stomping on you and treating you like you're less than, then why keep putting yourself in that environment for that to continue to happen? Dre, I know
No
you
offense.
got much to say. Pop Goddess.
Look. I was gonna say to that too. You can't get out here and pop your stuff online and tell somebody how to respond to it.
True.
Because disrespect is disrespect. You disrespect somebody, you stand on your square. Otherwise, shut up. Because we see you can't fight, you know, and we see just like what you call it. Ain't it Biggie? She can't fight neither, but she hide behind people. She know how to mask her scariness, where she'll go hide behind somebody, and even then, everybody tell her to fight or shut up. You know, you gonna have to put up or shut up. You can't be a baddie if you ain't got no hands. Cause somebody gonna
And not for
Also,
nothing, I agree with Rolly. You was antagonizing Chrisean because we all know you are a punk. We all know you are pussy. So for you to jump in somebody's face that you know will slap the shit out of you, and for it to be your friend, like to me personally, I see your motives. You ain't think Chrisean was gonna do nothing to you, so you bigged your chest up at her, but you ain't want to big your chest up at Anna. Sky, let me just let this be known. Being messy is different levels. One thing is to work with people that I don't mess with and you're supposed to be my friend. It's another thing to hang out with people I don't mess with and you're my friend. Like, you having personal relationships with my ops is not you working. That's not like, okay, it's not about me stopping your bag or nothing, because you can work with them, but you make it your business to always want to be in everybody's face, and that's why you're mad mixy and messy. And then on top of that, everybody was right sitting at that table. If you're gonna pop it, you have to back it up. There's no, I'm gonna pop stuff and then we're not gonna. This is not gonna come to the light. Everything that goes on in the dark is gonna come to the light. And you're on a show where popping it on the internet is the precursor to every season. This is where all the storylines come in. This is where all the beefs come in. So if you didn't want beef and you just wanted a storyline, you should have did it a little better, because what you're doing, all you're going to do is get beat up all the time. And nobody better blame Chrisean for this, because Chrisean hasn't been on there and they've been playing in her face when Chrisean wasn't there either. So They've been complaining about the same thing and playing in her face. So it's not Chrisean. Chrisean called it out. Y'all mad at Chrisean for calling it out? Y'all got to think about it. If me and you are friends, we're friends. You know me and my sister's trying to work some shit out. You liking that post, whether it was an accident or not, that's crazy. But the lie that came after it, the trying to cover yourself up, the trying to make yourself look better than, or you're innocent while throwing me, your friend. I'm supposed to be your friend. You're throwing me under the bus, trying to make me look crazy because you're swearing to God and all these people that you didn't do it, but it's still there. That's not a good look. I'm sorry. There's no way anybody can make me feel like Chrisean was wrong in that situation. Because at the end of the day, if you're my friend, you're supposed to be my friend, not everybody else's friend. Not everybody. Like, okay, you could be cool with people, but we hang out together outside of this. You've been to my house. You've been around my child. It's a different kind of flow than y'all just being TV friends or y'all just being friends because y'all at the same venue. Like it's totally different, but you be taking stuff a step further and really be going on little dates with people ops. You can't do that.
I just feel like Tinka gave her the best advice ever. Have that same energy for everybody. And I do agree. She was banking on Chrisean not fighting because, like Chrisean said, she knew I wasn't fighting this season. But she was getting big and bold and all of that. And I know there's some people that's like, oh, Rolly, shut up. No, Rolly made a valid point. They shouldn't have had that moment on TV. But at the same time, my thing has been this. But the episode before this one, they were having a conversation and Chrisean was talking about the things that Sky has done that bothered her. And Sky was getting offended. Now, I don't know about anybody else, but when a person is getting offended when you're telling them something, it makes me not even want to talk no more. Or either what's going to happen is it's going to go left because you're offended. Now my defenses are going to go up and it's not going to come out right. And there was really no need or reason for her to be on the defense when Chrisean started talking because these are things that Sky knew about. She talked about the whole tattoo thing in an interview. Sky knew that she was the one that put that little baby picture out there on her story post. Sky knew that she was the one that leaked Chrisean's maternity suit, when she was pregnant that Black China gifted her. She knew. She's always been the one that was leaking stuff, and Chrisean has spoken on it. On the Bigo Live, Chrisean spoke about it to DJ Sky. So this was nothing new. Nothing new. Y'all forget I was right there on that Bigo Live. I was on the live with Chrisean and them. And she talked about it. She also had called Smiley out for trolling. So it ain't like this was something she ain't know about. So for her to get all up in her feelings, and let me clear up the timeline for a lot of people. A couple people been asking, when was that post made? The post was made during production. The like happened during production while they were filming. So why did it become such a big thing? Because you're looking at it in real time happening right in that moment. That's why. It was seen while they were filming. And so it got brought to the table. But what's crazy is ain't nobody asking about when was that live that Anna played. Anna played a clip of DJ Sky's live in her confessional when she was saying what she was saying.
Yeah,
so
great receipt.
Ain't nobody asking, well, when was that live? So why is it that there's got to be questions whenever it comes to Chrisean? Like that bias shit has to stop. I'm sick of it. I'm really sick of it.
And not for nothing, Fauna and Cole killing all of y'all talking, but y'all don't know nothing. To me, y'all new chicks need to shut up. Don't mind the business that pays you. That has nothing to do with y'all. The thing with her and her sister, anything that got to do with her and Sky, Marsh, even with Rolly, Scotty, all that, y'all need to mind y'all business because this girl has this. If it wasn't for her, y'all wouldn't even be there. Let's start calling spades. Y'all little heifers and 304s and bitches, y'all need to start paying homage to the people that really got you there. Natalie just did that interview, and Natalie said, yes, if it wasn't for Chrisean, we wouldn't even be up. Y'all some ungrateful ass bitches and always jumping in some shit that has nothing to do with y'all. Y'all should have just sat there and been quiet. Y'all wasn't there for the first fallout. Y'all wasn't there through all of the back and forth on the internet. Y'all wasn't there through nothing. So if you don't know, you need to shut up. That's another reason why I said your personal opinions of people will get you fucked up in life. Because just because a person you don't feel like, oh, a person ain't like that or they won't do that to you, don't mean that they're not really like that and they will do that to you. So to me, all of them when Rolly was like, why you antagonizing her? And they like, no, she shouldn't. No, you should shut up because it has nothing to do with you.
My thing is with all her accolades, why do you want to be a baddie? Like I would be offended that I got a baddie chain and not a DJ chain. Like that's what I'm here for. Like I know this is kind of off topic, but it's not really. When you look at other shows, like for instance, Jocelyn's Cabaret, the choreographer is the choreographer. The choreographer isn't going around getting into arguments and talking about people online and getting into things because the choreographer is the choreographer. So it's like for me, it's like, you were hired for a job and your job is to be the DJ. You're a celebrity DJ. Just do that. I don't know.
It's just like Chrisean said, she wants to be a baddie. And I don't understand why, because Henny's definitely right. Like you have more accolades and more acknowledgement than baddies. Like you want to go down instead of going up.
People,
Like
yeah,
you're already above this.
they
So
know you as a DJ. They don't know
this
you
is
as
what
a
I'm
baddie.
saying. Like that's where your accolades are. Like you done been the DJ for a lot of big time A celebrities. And even though we love Zeus, Zeus is a thing. Zeus is not that. Zeus is not loving hip hop. Zeus is not A-list. Zeus is not that. So I don't understand why you want to degrade. Like you want it so bad, you want to degrade yourself, and it's making you look even worse in everybody's eyes because she just said it. And you said, no, I don't want to be a baddie. And then the next episode, you admit you want to be a baddie. I don't know. I don't know. People should say what they mean and mean what they say at this point.
I agree. I agree. Well, what else was there? Now Anna became the bully because at some point in time, she should be embarrassed the way Natalie dismisses her, but she chases her around. Right. Natalie does talk crap about her and chases her around a lot. So, hey Selena. So Anna became a bully, okay? Because during last night's episode, right after Cold Killer. Oh, do you want to talk about Cold Killer and was it not Fauna? What's the girl's name? I don't even remember.
Nunu?
Nunu.
No.
Yes.
Not really.
Yeah, because I mean, I'm gonna just say this. I think Nunu and Cold Killer fighting over somebody that's not even there on the show this season was whack. I just feel like they needed camera time. Somebody needed camera time, and so they decided to go up. You know, Fauna was doing too much for me. Like, oh, you promised me that you wasn't gonna do this. You said that you wasn't gonna do this. Okay, but when they was arguing and going back and forth, once Cold Killer hit Nunu, it was up. Like Cold Killer hit Nunu first. So what did you want her to do? Stand there? You wanted to walk away like Sky? That was not going to happen. That was not going to happen. So all of that you promised me stuff that went out the window, girl. Bye. Anyway, so Anna, right after that situation happened or whatever, I guess she felt froggy and decided to leap. And she turns around and she starts going in on Summer and Sky, like, oh, y'all should be besties, this, that, and third. I'll beat both of y'all up. First of all, you couldn't talk to me like that. Saying you gonna beat both of us up, girl. I don't care who's standing next to me. Oh, you gonna be who up? I'm swinging. That's fighting words to me. You gonna be both of us up? Okay, bunk. Now she started bullying, and you got to see Anna be a bully last night. And I don't think people really picked up on that part, but Anna became a bully because she was pressing Summer, and Summer was like, dang, girl, like you so pressed, go. I dare you to go fight somebody else. And at that point, I'm sorry, I was on Summer's side because for once, Summer was quiet. She wasn't saying nothing. She wasn't getting all up in anything. She wasn't instigating anything. She was just quietly standing back, minding her business. And out of nowhere, here comes Anna. Then Sky, you already know you and Anna got smoke with each other. You just standing there letting her talk to you any kind of way. Like, come on, this is what Natalie and them was talking about. You don't have that same type of timing, but yet you turned around and you spazzed out and got big and bold with Chrisean. But Anna needed that camera time too, and she didn't want to take on nobody that she knew she would get beat up by. And I'm sorry, she may not feel like she gets beat up by Summer, but I do feel like she gets beat up by Summer.
Anna can't fight, but it's just ironic that she said, "You guys, y'all could be best friends now," and that's what it's seeming like now that they stopped filming. So, I mean, she was being a bully, but she said what she said was absolutely true. It came to fruition.
Well, that's not the part. I mean, yeah, they did become besties, but it's just the point. Like, nobody even said anything to her. Nobody was talking to her. Nobody was even thinking about her. And she just started going in on them. And
Well,
then she walked up. Go ahead.
you got to think about it. Everybody's storyline was supposed to be what it was supposed to be. It was either supposed to be the sisters come together and everybody form an alliance, or the sisters was going to fight and everybody was going to split up an alliance. Nobody else had no real storyline. Anna came in with no storyline. Sky came in with no like. If you think about it, nobody was really beefing with nobody online or anything before the season started, except for the new girls. So I think you're right. She just needed some camera time because they're without them fighting, they're boring. They don't do anything. They
That's
sit there with their mouths open and watch everybody else fight, say they little snickery comments on the side, and that's it. So
Good point. She's gonna act big and bad now that she's married to a ball player. Good point. She is. She or she's engaged to, excuse me, a ball player. She is, but I didn't, and then when she confronted DJ Sky, she smacked the shit out of her. I feel like she was being a clone of Tesehki because Tesehki smacked the shit out of Summer for what Summer said. And you walked up to Sky and smacked the shit out of her, talking about, oh well, she needs to learn her lesson. Isn't that the same thing that Tesehki was saying about Summer? So now we're a clone. We're trying to be a clone.
yep.
And I just have to say this. Biggie, I have officially deemed Biggie the personal assistant of Baddies because that's all she does is run around and make sure that everybody is good. I don't want to do
Where's Scotty? Where's Scotty? Where's Scotty? Where's Scotty? I was like, girl, shut up. Scotty and Capri is perfectly fine.
Well, I mean, yeah, and then she was still saying it even after they told her where Scotty was. But it's just like you're running around and oh, I got your blunt and your water and your purse, sister, and Natalie, you good? And with you are like the personal assistant. And last night you was like you was in the danger zone and you didn't even realize it because you're sitting there playing dumb like you don't understand what's being said to you. Chrisean was very clear about what she was saying. She's like, no, we've already talked. We've already this, we've already that. Because y'all remember the post. Damn, I should have pulled the post up, but it's all the way down the damn timeline. After they went to the club, which by the way, I know they edited their club scene out because we have more footage of them inside the club than they did. Hello, how was that even possible? But after the whole club scene thing happened, remember Tesehki went on her story post and she was like, I said what I said and this, that, and third. Well, all of that came after the fact that they both went live. They both said some shit about each other and they supposedly had a conversation and it was supposed to be done and over with. But now Biggie's talking about Tesehki saw a video and that got her going again because she spoke about her son. Biggie, that video happened the same day that you was sitting in the black truck with Tesehki, and Tesehki was allowing Anna and Mariah to talk about Chrisean. And that's another thing. You're telling Marsh to get out of the sister business, but you and Anna are always talking. Well, I can't really say Biggie too much. Biggie kind of slowed down on talking about it as much, but Anna and Mariah definitely insert themselves in Tesehki's ear. So if you're going to say that, why didn't you turn around to Mariah and Anna in the black truck and tell them to stay out of sister business and just let Tesehki vent with what she was saying instead of putting your 2 cents in? Listen, I have friends that don't get along with each other and they talk and they vent and that's it. I have people that, well, shit, Poppington and Goddess might get into it, or anybody who's married that's a friend of mine get into it with their husband. And guess what? I'm not sitting there giving them no advice on what to do. I'm just listening because that's not my place. You've got to know your place, and none of you know your place. At the end of the day, Tesehki was up in Chrisean. She was like hyping herself up and jumping up in Marsh's face and all of that. What was Marsh supposed to do? Just stand there, just take it? She's not a flunky like y'all are, where y'all are gonna let motherfuckers just do whatever the fuck they want to do to you. That's not happening. And so when Chrisean was talking to Biggie, I felt like Biggie was really standing there playing dumb because you knew that it was done and over with. So for her to go on her story post and say what she said after the two of them had a conversation and it looked like they was getting along with each other, but then you making shady shot, oh, if they came in behind me and all that other stuff, like, yeah, what the hell is this? We're supposed to be trying to show something new, but it goes back to what I said to y'all. There was no real conversation that was had. There was no real healing that was had. So it was bound for the two of them to fall apart again. Now, Marsh. A lot of y'all have a lot to say about Marsh and Tesehki fighting, and a lot of people are trying to throw Chrisean in the mix of that. But no, go back and watch the footage. Go back and watch the footage because Tesehki was in Marsh's face. Marsh at one point in time exited the conversation that was going on, or the argument that was going on between Chrisean and Tesehki, and she hopped up on the stage. And when she hopped up on the stage, Tesehki was in her face. Like there was no room for Marsh to even push her back. Marsh is telling her to get back. Y'all seem to forget these two have already fought. So you in my space and in my face and you're turned up, I'm going to think that you're trying to swing. So I'm going to swing. And the
I don't
two
like
of
the
them got
fact.
it cracking.
I just want to say I don't like the fact that everybody on the other side keeps saying that's crazy. Chrisean had mad smoke for DJ Sky, but not for her sister. Y'all not seeing that Tesehki don't want to put her hands on her sister neither. That was a deflection.
I have a
Like
question.
I don't understand, because if you're beefing with Chrisean, Marsh stood in between them. Cool. Marsh didn't put her hands on Tesehki. Marsh didn't even say a word. So for her to move out the way, because when she moved out the way, everybody was hyped. Tesehki and Chrisean was hyped. For her to move out the way and go sit down, that was her saying, you know what? They sisters, I'ma stay out of it. Like all of y'all been saying, oh, Marsh need to stay out of it. I want to say one thing about that too. Marsh been around way longer than a Biggie, a Anna, a Mariah, or anything. And she's been in family shit prior to this without all these other people involved. Not saying that Marsh has a right to say anything, but if anybody does have a right to say or try to fix something, it would be Marsh, because she has more time in with the family for real, than any of you guys do. But to say that she was wrong for fighting her, no, you have to defend yourself. She was defending herself, because there's no way you're going to be all in my face, foaming at the mouth, spitting in my face, and I'm not going to punch you in your face.
But Tesehki already acknowledged Marsh as being her sister, because even in that scene, she says, y'all sisters, right? That's your nephew. That's your nephew. She's talking about her son being Marsh's nephew. So at the end of the day, she's already been accepted in as one of the sisters. So it's family stuff, true indeed. But at the same time, Tesehki was in March's face. She had a right to defend herself. I would have defended myself. Y'all would have defended yourselves. It don't even matter. But you know what? I want to bring this up right here. You see why I said if I ever have a physical, and I have had physical altercations with people who were supposed to be my friends, the friendship is over once we fight. You know why? Because once you introduce this into your relationship, it's forever up and it's forever that. And this situation between Tesehki and March is a prime example. They will never be able to get into an argument with one another and it just stay an argument. It's going to go up if people start moving funny, people start flinching the wrong way, somebody's going to start swinging because you already know that this person is capable of fighting you. I don't even know what my question was, Shawnee.
That's true.
I have a question. Now, my question is, why isn't anybody trying to tell Tesehki to get the hell out of her fucking face? Why is none of her friends like trying to kind of like how they were trying to tell Lex and Dolly that they need to get their friend and da 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 da. I'm confused.
You're
Well,
asking
I have a
way too
follow-up
much.
question to that, but
Anna
that's
is
later
standing
on
right
when we
there.
get to it. I have a follow-up question to your question, but that's later on when we get to that part. But I've been wondering that too. Like it's always different energy for different people. That's why everybody is recognizing them, that crew right there, as bullies, because y'all pick and choose who y'all wanna talk shit to and who y'all wanna fight. It's like a pick and choose who y'all wanna jump. And it seemed like it's mostly everybody that's not the original baddie cast. And I could say that with confidence because Rolly don't care who you are, new, skinny, tall, big, she's gonna fight you. Chrisean never cared neither. She fought Rolly, she fought Slim. Like it don't matter. Whoever you are, I'm gonna fight you. Jayla is like that. Natalie don't fight, but Natalie gonna argue with you, whoever, whatever. Scotty ain't like that, but Scotty says what she says and stands on it, whether y'all don't want her to or think she's pussy or whatever. It's all these new people that came in that actually spoiled Zeus and Baddies for a lot of us, and y'all turned it into a shit show that is always picking and choosing. And to me, that's not a baddie. If you a baddie, that's why I like Summer. People might not like Summer, but at least Summer say what she mean what she say, and she stands on it. And it doesn't matter if you could beat her, you can't beat her. She thinks she's gonna get her ass whooped. She's gonna stand on it, and that's why all of y'all don't got one truth in none of y'all. That's why we don't believe when y'all say anything, because y'all don't stand on y'all 10 for nothing.
Well, Beyonce Tesehki did acknowledge Marsh as a sister last night.
She
Can't
did.
play the clip because I ain't trying to clip too much from Zeus because they not gonna come and clip me. But let's play this scene from Baddies last night where it's slowed down. You see Marsh jumping up on the stage. Tesehki's in her face. No. Oh, no.
All she doing is trying to drag her.
She tried to grab that hair, and Marsh came back swinging from the pits of hell. Like, you are not. You are not.
She said, "Not today."
Then when she tried to pull that move again, hey, Monique.
All she doing is trying to drag her. She's just trying to drag her.
Well, one of Marsh's hits connected. That's why she stumbled. That first stumble back, that was a hit that connected.
See, look, she tried to grab her, tried to drag her. Look at them. She got her by the hair, but Marsha's swinging around that security guard. Boom.
I felt bad for that security guard. He was just stuck.
Look,
We
Marsh
both
hit
on
a
the floor.
split. Marsh hit a split like, word. Nope, we not doing this. We not doing
She said,
this.
"Not today."
And boom. Y'all still.
The first one connected. That's the reason why Rolly was like that. The first one connected. The second one didn't, but the
And
first
the
one did.
thing about this is everybody can say what they want to say. Chrisean didn't have nothing to do with that. All right. Now, New York fight rules. You hit the ground, you get kicked on, you lost. Everybody's talking about slow it down. We slowed it down. We seen Tesehki swinging. We seen March swinging. You see, she.
Well, can I ask my question now? The follow up to Goddess question.
Go ahead.
How come when your homegirl was on the floor getting kicked in her head, why Anna ain't jump off that stage? Where was Biggie at? Where was Mariah at? Why wasn't it an all out melee jumping type of situation that would have normally happened if Chrisean wasn't standing there? Because to me, it's giving that y'all didn't want the risk of Chrisean starting to swing on y'all. That's what's given to me.
Could be, but they never jump in her fights. She never jumps in theirs neither.
But they never seen her on the floor getting kicked in her head either. I'm sorry, I can't sit there and watch my friend on the floor getting kicked in her head, whether she can fight or not. That's when you're supposed to jump people.
No, they probably don't feel like she was losing. I don't know. We're gonna have to watch because that part is gonna be on next episode. So we're gonna have to watch and see what they do. Because yeah,
From Tifa's post, it doesn't seem like she thinks that she lost. So they probably don't think so.
Well, they could think whatever they want. What we saw was not what they think. I'm sorry. I don't know how many times they fought. Whatever. Even if you say, okay, Tifa was getting the best of her, which I don't think she was, Marsh was still holding her own. Even if you say, oh, I didn't lose. Yes, you did. You got kicked in your head. That kick would see New York street rules. I got put on the floor. I got kicked in my head. Girl, I'm fighting you until I win. Or I can't come outside. Because I'm going to have to fight other people for clowning me.
Get your ass up off that ground. You hit the ground, you're supposed to pop back up like a piece of toast out the toaster oven. You're not supposed to. You're not supposed to.
Marsh, you need some more foot like coordination, because them kicks should have been way more harder, heavier, and on point. Because I'd have kicked her head like a football. Fire! Straight off, I'd have punt that bitch head. But that's just my personal.
I feel like she was in shock that she got on the floor, to be really honest with you.
Eater was on the floor playing turtle. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like
she was definitely confused.
Nobody wants to hold accountability where it belongs. And I feel like, honestly, if we go back when it was said that we gonna have to get back in the field, we should have known that this was coming. And it just felt like anytime there was something going on, Tesehki was directing herself to Marsh. Now, I'm going to ask you this. I wonder what everybody's opinion would have been if when Tesehki said, are we rehearsing or are we fighting? Because we could fight. Like, I wonder what everybody's response would have been if Chrisean would have fought Tesehki. I just don't understand why people keep wanting to see this girl get into a situation with her sister. Like, that is her sister. Like, y'all keep forgetting that this is not just some other baddie. They literally have almost the same face. What does it? Why is there so much animosity and evil? Why doesn't anybody want to see some type of reconciliation happen at all?
I really think at this point, the fans are just like, we done seen, well, on the Chrisean side, we done seen her try and try and try and try and try. And Tesehki is rubbing everybody the wrong way because you are the older sister. You would think that you would be more mature about the situation. But every time Chrisean tries and it seems like things are going to be better, Tesehki's the one that messes it up. So at this point, I think people just want to see Chrisean whoop her ass.
But that doesn't profit anything.
I mean, it don't, but I'm just saying what like that's the emotion that is given off to everybody. Like, cause I'm sorry, in real life, if that was me and my sister and I kept trying and trying, and all she's doing is running up in my face, yelling all the time, at a certain point, I'm gonna lay hands on her because I'm gonna treat you just like a bully outside. It's like she's bullying her. And you know what they say about bullies, you only gotta whoop their ass one good time and they'll leave you alone. So I think a lot of people is on that,
Okay. I'm
but
not one of those. I don't even want my kids fighting each other because again, once you introduce that into a relationship, it's always there. So I don't see how fighting your sibling is going to resolve an issue. It's going to bring another issue into the fold. And I would never push somebody to fight their sibling. And I've been in situations with one of my siblings, and I got brothers. And I've been in a situation where I literally pinned my brother down on the bed and told him that if I had a dick, my dick would be so hard for how bad I want to fuck him up. But I would not put my hands on my brother because that's my sibling. I don't like my children fighting with each other because now that it's introduced into the relationship, that's something that we got to sit here and constantly been on pee on pins and needles about, is because if y'all start arguing too bad, y'all gonna start fighting. And at the end of the day, y'all are siblings. I don't know. Maybe I don't come from that family fighting each other and all that. I don't come from that. So I don't understand it. But I would never sit up here and press Chrisean and say, Chrisean, you need to whoop that bitch's ass. I would never say that.
No, I don't agree with fighting with your siblings either.
Now I'm just trying to understand it. Like, especially if she's out here telling the world and showing the world at the same time that she's trying to go down a different path. And I don't, as fucked up as their family's dysfunction can be, it's still their family. They got enough shit going on. They don't need that part going in there too. There's all types of shit that people can pick apart, and it's just pinning them against each other. To me, I guess it's played out and old to me now. Like, I'm sick of the Chrisean and Tesehki beef. Like, if y'all not going to get it together and get along, leave each other the hell alone. Learn how to go to family functions and not function with each other. I got family members I don't function with. I go to the family function, I sit on one side, they sit on the other side, and we keep it moving just like that. I agree with that. If they are going to fight privately. Don't nobody need to know y'all for it. Like, don't do it for entertainment purposes of people that don't have no stake in your bloodline. I don't want to see it. But overall, who do y'all think won this Baddies episode brawl between Marsh and Tesehki?
Marsh. Marsh.
Marsha. It's not Marsha, but based
I'm
off of what we've
sorry.
seen, yes, definitely Marsh did her big one. Regardless, y'all want to take her credit away from her. You can't take her credit away. No.
And we starting to see that Teseki's getting old. Your punches is getting slow, baby. You ain't the eater you once was 3 years ago. A lot can happen in 3 years.
I thought I got eliminated. Okay, that's fine. There's two of these? Okay. Mine has pepper jack. Can I have a plate? Because of the grease. You gotta tell. Hold on, I'm sorry. Go ahead, y'all. Well,
Yeah, I don't know. Listen, I don't got siblings. I got one brother. Me and him is 14 years apart. And me and my little cousins used to fight all the time. That was girls. We fought all the time in the house as we got older, all the way to high school. But one thing about us is once you mess with one of us, we're all coming for you. Whether we fight amongst each other or we mad at each other, we ain't speak to each other. One of us need all of us to be there. We're all going to be there. So I don't know. I don't agree with the siblings fighting in a moral sense, but in my pettyhood sense, man, sometimes whoever's the bully, you need to knock them the cold the fuck out. Let them know you was not playing with them. And I don't know. But we could tell both of them don't want to fight each other. Neither one of them want to fight
No,
each other.
they really don't. They really don't. But I do
But
think that they really just don't need to be around each other
but
because,
that's my whole thing. And other people shouldn't be getting put in it neither. Leave
yeah.
everybody else out the group chat. Because if
Yeah.
both of y'all really don't want to fight,
Mm-hmm.
if your friends keep putting shit in the air and it's always because
Yep.
somebody's running back and telling you something or somebody is saying something because of the things you said to them prior to being, you need to leave all your friends out the group chat because neither one of them want to put hands on neither one of them.
Nope.
Mm-hmm. Nope. Agreed.
Well, we are not going to be here for it's only been an hour, so we really do have to talk about it. I didn't want to talk about it, but I guess we're going to talk about it. I said I didn't want to talk about it, but we can't leave them hanging with an hour. They will be like, "What? No Doritos?" Oh,
No,
okay.
it was the you and me making the same noise at the same time.
Because I really don't want to talk about certain things. I'm just, my mind is elsewhere. If I'm being honest with y'all, it's elsewhere. But I guess we'll talk about it. Hold on. I did post it, didn't I? I did
Yes.
post it.
Yes, you did post it.
Uh,
Sorry,
okay.
I'm fixing a track.
Okay. So as y'all know, over the weekend, Chrisean came live with Tessa and Mookie and discussed the BMW that was being given to Mama Charla. Now, let me let y'all know this right now. We are not here to debate whether or not she should have a BMW. We're not here to debate addiction. We're not here to debate any of that stuff. So please don't bring that stuff into the chat. What we are here to do is discuss what is going on with this situation. So as you know, Miss Charla was being gifted a BMW by Petey for her birthday. But Chrisean, Tessa, and Mookie came to Instagram because Petey never gave Miss Charla the vehicle. Now, the reasons why are still up in the air. There was a lot that was talked about in the live where, maybe it's because he didn't want the vehicle to be in his name, etc., etc. um People started twisting up the story real bad and saying that Chrisean said she paid for the vehicle, that she bought the vehicle, and that's not what she said. What Chrisean said was she paid to get the car out of the impound, she paid to have the vehicle shipped, and she wanted to know what was going on, because had she known that Charla wasn't going to get the vehicle, she would have never put her money into it. She also talked about her tight schedule that she has, which a lot of people let go over their heads, but then again, some people didn't let it go over their heads. And as hateful as a lot of these mofos are out here in these internet streets, they've always found a way to spin some shit. But let's hear what Chrisean had to say.
Y'all, look, PD don't come to the internet. I don't come to the internet, but he not responding, bro. And my money and my effort and my time is in this shit. And my mother keep calling my phone. No, this shit is weird. And I'm not finna fly to Baltimore. Like, it's too much going on, bro. I got boxing. I gotta take care of my son. I gotta do his therapies and stuff. I can't miss days out here. I already got a schedule with me and my son and my boxing training, bro. I'm trying to lock in and I'm locked in. One thing about it, this is weird. I have to come to Instagram because my little brother want to go MIA and steal the car that I got from my mom, shipped out from Colorado. Like, hey, y'all, look, PD don't come to the internet. I don't come to the internet.
Now, everybody's in an uproar and debating about things, and my thoughts are this: answer the phone, get it rectified, let's figure something out, and let's move on. um I'm not getting into the vehicle and all of that. What do you guys have to say about this?
I don't know.
I just have to say that if You told me X, Y, and Z, and then I put money in it. And because you told me X, Y, Z, and then I come to find out that X, Y, Z was not what it was, and it was A, B, C, D, then we got a problem because I don't care who bought what. It's not about that. It's about you telling me to do X, Y, and Z for this person, and then you turn around and not do it for the person you told me you was doing it for after I put my time, effort, and money into things. So that's the problem where the problem lies with them. And they do need to talk to each other off the internet. And whatever the excuse, whatever it is, they need to talk about that privately. But I don't see why people are mad at her that she's mad because you can't tell me to send you something to do something for somebody else and then turn around and not do it. That you're still lying. Like it's a straight up, you straight up lied to me. You manipulated me into doing something for you. So at the end of the day, I can't be wrong for complaining about that. That's all I want to say because I see a lot of people they want to make it something that it's not. It doesn't matter who bought what, whatever. Because we can go down the timeline, we could be technical. He didn't buy that car neither. She bought it for him. You could say she bought it for him, whatever. But it's the point that we had a plan. My part of the plan was executed, and then when it came to your part, the plan switched, and it was not what we discussed. So at the end of the day, I feel like she's not wrong. She might be wrong for coming to the internet, but feeling some kind of way about it. No, I don't think she's wrong.
Goddess, where the hell is Dre?
I
Dre
don't
been
know.
just gone.
The aliens took him. The aliens took him. I get uncomfortable with the family conversation, and it makes me want to exit stage left. I think that they need to talk. And they need to talk offline. I think that everybody needs to come offline. Don't talk about this. Stop talking about this. Just let's not. But no, I think that they need to talk because this is weird. That was the first thing that I thought was like this. This is so not them. So
Right, because
Chrisean and
Petey is
Petey.
the last one that I would have ever
Yeah.
thought
Mm-hmm.
she would get into it with.
I
So
mean, with this family, anything's possible. At this point, we done seen a lot of people we thought wouldn't do things that ended up doing things. So, hey,
this is true. This is true. Um, I think we're going to end this on this topic right here. After all the baddies and everything went away, because we'll talk about Blue another day. I don't feel like talking about Blue today. Um, after baddies ended, let me drop the trailer and announce to the world that he is doing a
Session of his
docuseries.
children arriving in court for day one of their father's sex trafficking trial in New York, hands gripped in solidarity.
Do you still believe your dad's innocent? How did you feel hearing that testimony yesterday? Do you apologise on behalf of your father? Do you believe your father's innocent? Do you still convinced your father's innocent? Your daddy got 4 years! Your daddy got 4 years for abusing women! That's wrong! You should get more!
Fight this to the end.
Look at you too! Light skin man, look at you too!
Not afraid of the charges. Nothing that is like the OJ all over again.
Hello. This is a prepaid collect call from Federal Correctional Institution, Fort Dix.
who calling them from Fort Dix? I'm confused.
Diddy.
Diddy.
Diddy
He's
is
out in the
Fort
forts of the Dicks. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's a Dickian now. I don't know.
So
I don't know what they call themselves.
I'm not surprised, but surprised. Um, I do want to hear what they have to say
I do.
because I watch them every day at the trial for the most part. They were there every single day. They might have missed a couple days here or there, but they were there every single day listening to all of this. And I do want to hear from them. What I don't want to hear is no fluff bullshit. I don't want to hear no fluff and no bullshit narratives. Because I feel like that's what we're going to get.
Somebody
I
made a
honestly
good
wouldn't.
point in the comments. They said that's crazy that the two, where's the other son? And it's crazy that the two that they got on TV, both of them got charges just like they daddy. Hmm. Good point.
Mm-hmm. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if there is a bunch of fluff and BS because I don't think he's trying to ruffle any feathers. So, but I do really want to hear what they have to say because, yeah, they do got charges like their daddy. So, not exactly like, but similar,
Listen,
allegedly.
I just keep hearing ringing in my head when Diddy was saying, God told me not to do nothing, but he didn't tell Justin to not do nothing. And then him with his lawyers trying to get ahead of stuff. He understands he's got to get something out there in the media to combat some of this stuff. 50 drops a damning documentary. We got to drop a documentary too. I don't know. I just feel like it's to sway the public.
Well, if that's the case, they would have did much better if it was all the kids, the girls, everybody, than them two.
Quincy is supposed to be doing a documentary with 50 on his mother's death, part 2 on Netflix. Where did you hear that at?
The crazy
Now
thing
that's
was,
interesting.
wasn't Quincy on Raising Canaan for the first two
Yes, and
seasons?
so was Justin. Justin, well,
No, Justin was on
he was on
Power.
Power.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he only
but they
had
were
two
both on shows.
episodes. Yeah, but
Yeah.
Quincy actually had a character. Like he was
Yes.
one of the main characters. I mean, anything's possible.
But here's the
We don't.
thing. Quincy and Chrisean, which is King, share the same mother. Kim is his mother too.
No, it's the other one that was on Power. Misa's son,
That's
the
true.
light skinned one. Yeah.
So I'm not understanding. Like, what is going on here? Is Quincy about to drop a bomb? I don't know.
Well, hey, we don't know. Remember, his daddy don't really like Diddy neither. His daddy think Diddy try to take him out. So
Well,
we don't know.
I mean, at the end of the day, here's the thing. Technically, Quincy, I believe he may have been adopted by Diddy, but that's not his dad. That's not his biological father. Kim Porter is Quincy's mom, and Albie Shore is Quincy's dad. Chrisean King, he's one of the children that Diddy had with Kim. So I don't know. And I didn't see or hear anything about Quincy working with 50. I know somebody was trying to tell me that Quincy was interviewing. He sat down and did an interview with 50. And now I'm hearing this. And I just feel like until I see proof of it, it just sounds to me like people are trying to spin something because Quincy's not there. He's not in the commercial. And I'm curious if he will make a guest appearance or if the twins are going to make an appearance or is it just going to be them two? Because let me tell you, Chrisean, when he stood up in court to give his statement to the court on behalf of his father, he made sure that he let it be known that he's the one that looks the most. I'm the one that looks the most like my pops. And I was just like, oh, so we're going there. So I don't know if there's like some type of something that's cracking in the foundation now that Diddy is gone or what. But I am going to watch it just like I watched the 50 Cent one. I'm going to watch this one too when it comes out. It's supposed to come out sometime in 2026. And I think for me, I'm curious to see how they felt about going through the trial. I do want to hear how they feel about seeing all this stuff in the headlines and on the news, but I don't feel like they're going to really say anything too tough as far as what it was like to sit in the courtroom and hear all of this stuff about your father, to see all of the evidence that was pulled out, to watch people that you've known over the years tell stories about how your dad mistreated them. If they're never going to corroborate anybody's stories. That's not going to happen. I don't see it happening. So I don't know. I just feel like it's a PR stunt, but I do want to hear it. I do want to see what they got to say.
I don't know. I want to see it, but I don't think it was a good idea for it. It's the rollout. It's the network. It's the just them two. Like I see what they was trying to do, but I don't think it's gonna go over that well.
I think this is going to be like a family plea for him to come back home and to show him in a good light because Diddy is still trying to appeal his sentencing.
Well, hey, we'll see if it works. I don't think so. Nothing's gonna erase the fact that you're still a woman beater. You're still a rugs addict. Like it's not gonna erase the person that you are. You could spin whatever you want to spin, but we've all seen it through the trial, through all the documentaries, not just 50s, because there were a million documentaries before 50 even put one out. So it might work because the way the internet work, we all bipolar, like we all got ADHD. We do not stick on a subject for too long. So people within a year or two, hey, maybe it will change, but I don't know. I just feel like the network, the two, because they both have, accusations. Anybody with a real thinking brain or has any common sense, it won't be able to sway them.
Well, I'm definitely going to deep dive into that over on reviews. But in the meantime and in between time, give everyone y'all final thoughts, ladies.
Well, I didn't get to say this earlier, so I'm going to say this now. Tinkerbella, stop letting men with disease-infested penises slap you on the face, okay? Because your face is looking very nasty. That's all I have to say. Be careful where he puts his penis. Okie dokie?
Wow.
I was finished. Where'd she go? That's
Wow.
all I'm gonna say. I'm just saying, like, we all seen the close up of Tinkerbella's face, and not for nothing. I'm sorry, I am mean. I don't care. It looks like you were getting slapped around with a penis that was infected with herpes, and it got on the side of your cheek and the bottom of your lip. That's how it looks. So just be careful on whose dick is you're letting slap you in the face. That's my final thought.
That has nothing to do with the press box, that girl
Wow.
Henny reviews, or any of that. That statement does not reflect the channel, its owner, or any of that. So
Wow.
don't come for me. I didn't say it.
Wow.
All right, y'all. That's gonna do it for this edition of Showdown.
Wait, it's my turn. Hello?
Go ahead.
Oh, my mom isn't a liar. She was redeemed. Y'all are liars.
Yeah, y'all are liars and y'all are messy. Don't come over here with no messy lying shit, because we don't lie. We don't fabricate receipts. We don't do none of that. If it was a mishap, a mistake, she comes back and says she's wrong. But y'all ain't gonna be sitting up here calling nobody over here no liar or being messy, okay? We are only messy when the content calls for messiness, and that's because y'all being messy, with y'all bringing y'all damn messy ass lives to the internet. All right?
I have no final thought. That's going to do it for this edition of Media Showdown. Be sure you're tapping and tuning in with us on Wednesday. Thank y'all.